for this next round of poses, you can keep yourself in Sukhasana, or just a comfortable seated position, crisscross applesauce if you have little kids. Or you can do more of a fire log pose where you stack your right foot, your right shin on top of your left shin. Just be careful if you do that the ankle goes to the outside of the knee. So it's not like here and you're all like funky foot. Okay? Good. So you choose which version you would like, and then fingertips come behind you. Inhale, lift through your chest. And then exhale, just come forward a little bit. So just tip forward. Maybe the fingertips come easily to the floor in front of you. Take a couple more breaths. Notice where you're feeling the sensation. For me, it's the outside of that right hip. And then if it feels pretty easy, maybe you creepy crawl your fingers forward a little bit more. And then eventually let your head drop and round. And we'll just be here for a couple breaths, just breathing into what you feel in your body. So time and time again, we put ourselves in an uncomfortable position. And then we just explore. Can I take a big deep breath in this uncomfortable position? And if you can learn to take a big deep breath in an uncomfortable position, in an uncomfortable yoga pose, then, maybe you will also be able to take a big deep breath when you have an uncomfortable work situation or when there's something stressful happening at home. Feel your muscles kind of relax and let go a bit. Consciously soften. Whenever you're ready, just kind of walk yourself back up to sit. Lean back, switch the legs. So either you're just switching which shin is in front, or you are stacking the other shin on top for your fire log pose, Good. Pause here. Really find your sitting bones grounding underneath of you. And then flex both feet. Fingertips come back behind you. Lift your chest first. Keep really grounded through the hips, and maybe you just start to fold forward a tiny little bit. Right away, I can tell this side is tighter than the other, so I'm gonna take it a little slower. I'm not gonna go as far. I'm just gonna take my time and be patient with myself and take big, deep breaths, right? That's what it's all about, just meeting yourself where you are. If you have a little bit more space after you've been here for a couple breaths, maybe you walk your hands forward just a little bit more. Couple more breaths. Just sit with the sensation. When you're ready, walk yourself back up to a comfortable seated position and just come into your easy Sukhasana, cross-legged pose. Good. From here, sit comfortably, reach your arms wide out to the sides, lift your chest and lean back. And just give yourself a big hug, right elbow on top of the left. For today, we're not going to move into eagle arms. We're just going to love on ourselves, okay? And then with an inhale, lift your elbows and lean back. And with an exhale, round the back. Look in towards your belly button. Good, a couple more times with your own breath. Inhale, lifting the elbows. And exhale, rounding. One or two more with your own breath at your own pace. Let it feel nourishing. Like just this nice thing that you're doing for yourself. And then when you're ready, you'll come back to the place where your elbows are in line with your shoulders and then just let go, unfurl, and switch. So now the other elbow is on top. I think it's the left. You know I'm not good at keeping up with left and right, so take a breath here. Give yourself a big hug. And then same thing, inhale, lift. Come into a little bit of a gentle back bend and then exhale, round in. Good. A few more times, just moving slowly, following the rhythm of your own breath. Letting your intuition guide you along the way. Good, whenever you're ready, let that go. And then you have the choice to stay where you are or to come into a Baddha Konasana. So the feet together, knees wide. Just know if you stay where you are, we'll repeat it and do this forward bend twice, okay? So fingertips come behind you. Inhale, lift your chest. And with an exhale, just come forward and down, any amount. So a lot of times I tell you to be careful not to round the spine too much, but in this position, in this sequence, for the reason that we're now winding down and we're just kind of being introspective and going inward, round your spine if it feels good to round your spine. Take a few deep breaths and just get really quiet. You are more than welcome, of course, to use stacks of blocks and bolsters and whatever you need. Stacked fists are sometimes nice. You want to bring your forehead down onto something and close your eyes and just soften in. Feel your muscles soften and relax. Feel your breath deepen. And just kind of be with yourself. It's almost like you are just keeping yourself company right now. Just be your own friend. Soften your jaws. Soften your eyes, soften your face. Relax any muscles that still feel tight or that are unnecessarily gripping. And if you can't quite figure out how to relax them, just take a nourishing breath to that area. It's okay. Very nice. Whenever you're ready, just kind of come upright again. Good. Straighten your legs out in front of you. One more easy, gentle forward fold, okay? So legs straight, just flex those feet. Take a minute, really feel that connection between your sitting bones, the backs of your legs pressing down into the floor. And then from there, inhale, lift up through the crown of your head, and exhale, just come forward and fold any amount. So you may be pretty upright here. That is okay. Eventually, just let your head drop. Close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths. And what I've been noticing more and more in my yoga practice that has been consistent with like my life as well is that sometimes it's better to stop trying so hard, to just relax into wherever you are and notice how your muscles, when you're relaxed, just start to soften and allow you to go deeper. Right? Same thing in my life. When I stop forcing and trying to make things happen the way that I want them to, sometimes things just come up naturally because I'm not so tense and I'm not forcing. Take one more big breath in. And then exhale, let it go. And then walk yourself on back up and lie down for final resting pose or Shavasana. So however you want to set up, now is a good time if you're chilly to put on some socks or grab a blanket. And then just stretch your legs out in front of you, lie back onto your back. Turn your palms to face up. Again, that gesture of just like receiving. You did the work. And now you just get to accept the fruits of your labor. Settle in. Maybe walk your shoulder blades in a little closer together so that it allows you to let your heart be broad and receptive. And for a few moments, don't do anything, but follow your breath as it comes in. Notice how your belly balloons just a little bit. And then follow it back out. Notice that little contraction to the belly. And maybe you start to notice, how is that breath gently rocking the rest of your body? So it's a very, very subtle thing. But when you really tune in, you can notice when the breath comes in, you fill up your belly, your back presses down into the floor just a little bit too. Notice what other impacts the breath has. Maybe after a few more breaths, you can even start to feel your heart beating. Sometimes I feel my heartbeat kind of shifts my entire body a little bit. So you've got the rhythm of your breath. And you've got the rhythm of your heart. And all of these things are working to support you without you doing anything at all. You're just here, experiencing it, accepting it, feeling grateful for it. Take it all in. And then you can let it go. Just be in your body. Let your breath do what it wants to. Let your mind soften and relax. Let your breath start to deepen. And very gently start to wiggle just the tips of your fingers and the tips of your toes. Gradually make those movements a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger. Until eventually you reach your arms up and overhead. Find a big full body stretch. Point the toes, arch the back. And then bend your knees, bring your feet to the floor. And roll all the way over to your right side and just curl in. Pause here. And roll all the way into your hands and press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Once you are seated, fold your hands together in front of your heart. Let your chin drop toward your chest. Feel the back of your neck stretch and take a big deep breath in. May you each be blessed with peace and joy, love and light. Namaste. Okay, my loves. Thank you so much